Now, we like Robert Reich. He used to be in the Clinton administration, you know, that Clinton administration that ruined the country. And Robert Reich. So, who did you vote for president?
For Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
nice.
What's that?
Write it in.
Yeah, he wrote it in. Right, you don't have to say you wrote it in, bro. Here is Robert Reich, and here's what he has to say about the Democratic Party, which I think we all need to listen to because, Robert Reich, even though he was in the Clinton administration, he was probably one of those guys pushing the other way, I'm hoping, because he seems like he's always on the right side of the issues now, even though he was telling people to vote for Hillary in the general, he did back Bernie in the primary and all that stuff, so I don't hold that against him. I love that he goes, I've known Hillary Clinton all my life, right? Because he was trying to get people to vote for her in the general. Like, I've known her all my life, and that's why you've endorsed Bernie in the primary. Anyway. Ro, you don't have to laugh at any of this stuff. I don't want to get you in trouble.
We'll see if I'm back as former congressman.
We'll see if your committee assignment gets fucked with. All right, so let's watch the screen. If you're behind you, there's a screen back there, there's a screen here, there's screens there. So everybody find a screen, and then let's get to it. So here's what he says that the Democratic Party should do.
It's time for a new Democratic Party. The old Democratic Party has become a giant fundraising machine.
Yes, but it's a fundraising machine with values. Right? They're for values with good stuff, and they're for an economy that works for everyone based on values. All right, I started again. I'm sorry.
It's time for a new Democratic Party. The old Democratic Party has become a giant fundraising machine, too often reflecting the goals and values of the moneyed interests.
Yeah, and that's why I voted for Hillary, even though she outspent Trump 2-1. Okay, that's a better joke than you're giving me credit for. All right.
Most people never hear from it except around election time, and then only to contribute money.
You mean the DNC? The only time I hear from the DNC is when they call me up to tell me I can't vote for a third fucking party. That's the only time I hear them. And I did anyway.
And most of that money goes to high-priced political strategists and pollsters.
Who don't even know where the fuck Michigan and Wisconsin is.
Turns out, have little or no idea what's actually happening to most Americans. The election of 2016 has repudiated the old Democratic Party. We need a new Democratic Party capable of organizing and mobilizing Americans in opposition to Donald Trump's Republican Party. A party that will turn millions of people into an activist army to peacefully resist what is about to happen, providing them with daily explanations of what's occurring in Trump's administration, along with tasks that individuals and groups can do to stop or mitigate their harmful effects.
Yeah, unless those groups of people are actual progressives, then please stay the fuck out of our town halls. Okay.
A party that will protect vulnerable populations from harassment and exclusion, including undocumented young people, recent immigrants, people of color, and women. A party that will recruit a new generation of progressive candidates for the 2018 midterm elections and beyond, including a leader to take on Trump in 2020.
And if they don't fall in line, we'll blame their generation, whether they be feminist, apathetic, or whichever fits our agenda.
A party that will do everything possible to advance the progressive agenda at state and local levels.
Even though the party did the exact fucking opposite, just did that. They voted to keep taking corporate money. They just did that. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're doing the exact opposite. Okay, here we go.
Big money out of politics, reversing widening inequality, expanding healthcare, reversing climate change, and ending the militarization of our police and the mass incarceration of our people. If the current Democratic Party is incapable of transforming itself, then it will be irrelevant to our future. And we will need an entirely new organization.
Okay.
Time for a new
What's
Democratic...
No. What's the fuck? I say, what's the plan? I'm ready for a new organization that actually represents the people. Now, Ro, you're here, and you're an actual Democrat. And the party, that everything that he just said, by the way, that video was from December of 2016. So that video is from December of 2016. So it's not like the party just got the memo, right? They've known what they needed to do. They know that Bernie Sanders is the most popular politician in the country, but they keep doing the opposite. So the DNC, by the way, right before they voted to screw over the progressive Keith Ellison and put in the corporate tool, Tom Perez, what they did was they voted right before that to make sure they kept taking corporate money, or started to again, because Barack Obama had banned that shit. As much as I give Barack Obama a hard time, at least he topped the DNC from taking corporate money. And as soon as Barack Obama was gone, they were like, fuck you, Barack, we're taking that money again, and they decided to take that money. So they're doing the exact, everything he said, they're doing the exact opposite. They're not, by the way, they're not supporting progressives like they didn't do in Kansas. They're still sticking their thumb in the eye of progressive. They're still taking corporate money. In fact, they voted to do it. They put Tom Perez in instead of Keith Ellison. They're doing the exact opposite of what he just said they should do. And I love that my friend Hippo tweeted this out. If the Democratic Party were Coca-Cola, they would have, this would be their, would be, Coca-Cola, drink it, you assholes. At least it's not piss.